they've been going at it right at the start of the jump ball, and Mon Fernandez broke the ice with 2 free throws because of a foul caused by Mamaril.
Let's take a look at the comparative statistics. You can see amazingly only 2 points separating the two ball clubs after 2 games. Both victories by Toyota have been by 1 point. You could see the rebounding has been very close. Everything between the two teams has been very close. And Crispa has been committing the more turnovers. Toyota usually commits a lot of turnovers because they like to run with the game. But in the last outings of Crispa and Toyota, Crispa has been the one that's been throwing the ball away.
Good hustle there by Tuadles, and Mon Fernandez doing his thing. Mamaril, who started out already as 3 fouls.
Well, you know, Pingoy, we see Mon Fernandez. He's been playing so brilliantly for Toyota, and I'm sure Guidaben will be in the ball game very shortly, and Guidaben and Fernandez are going to have a great confrontation this evening.
And as we said, the start of this ball game, more important, it is for Toyota to win this game. We have a jump. It will be Tuadles and Cobalde.
Well, Pingoy, let's not forget that both teams, Toyota and Crispa, are riding 2-game losing streaks. Toyota has lost to San Miguel and Gilbey's, and Crispa has lost to Mariwasa and San Miguel.
Cross pass at the Big J. Here's Mon Fernandez on a running shot. Score at the moment, Toyota 4, Crispa 2. Tuadles getting his first foul. We just started the first quarter, and we have a big crowd. Filled to the rafters, more than 20,000 people. Here is the scorer. Cristobal in a fake drive. Cesar bubbling it.
Well, you know, Philip Cesar has been very weak in his last few ball games. He has not been able to get on track. Earlier in the season, Pingoy, Cesar was playing very well. Lately, he hasn't been doing so hot.
Tuadles saves it. Coons. Here is Arnaiz before he could really move closer. Gets tagged by Cristobal. First foul on by Cristobal.
In Toyota's first victory over Crispa, it was a 1-point affair. It was a pretty low-scoring ball game. In the second outing, Toyota won. It was a much higher-scoring ball game. It was 129 to 128.
You know, their first 2 outings, as Steve mentioned, just been a 1-point victory for Toyota. And Baby De Lupan has said that he's depending on the law of averages. Hagen.
Well, it's good to see Glenn Hagen being offensive-minded in the early part of the ball game. Usually Glenn Hagen makes his move in the third quarter, but tonight he's going to go on offense from the beginning.
He could do it because last time out he had 28 points. Amaril's height made full use by Crispa here. It's a deadlock at 4-all. Mamaril has already rebounded 5 times. The Big J on a drive and draw, and this time the referee slaps a foul on him, charging on Philip Cesar.
And let's take a look again. It was an excellent call by the official. Cesar getting good position, and Jaworski doesn't like the call.
And you can't do that to Cesar. That's why he's the scholar. He's not only brainy, magulang pa, as they would say in the vernacular. Mautak na, magulang pa. Mon Fernandez towering over that. Underneath, good pass, and Tuadles completing.
Well, so far, Crispa has yet to develop any particular offensive pattern. They're just swinging the ball from side to side, and whoever has the shot's going to go for it.
It's 6-4 at the moment. Crispa down by a basket, just by a basket. It's 8 minutes and 33 seconds. We are in the first quarter. Hagen losing it. And Arnaiz very quick to snatch it. The Big J coming off Tuadles.
Let's watch Crispa on offense. Mamaril is staying far away from the basket so that Mon Fernandez must follow him, and that'll leave room for the Crispa players in the shaded area.
Arnaiz is on Hagen.
And Jaworski's been getting a lot of offensive rebounds so far.
Coons. Here is Hagen. He's great on one-on-one. It's counted. Hagen will bring out his moves. First foul on Arnaiz.
It's so fast that even the slow motion man couldn't keep up with Glenn Hagen. That's what they call continuation. If the player is fouled in one fluid motion to the basket, they count the basket and he gets an additional free throw.
So far, we're having a great game, a beautiful game. It's 8-7. Toyota by 1, just by 1 point. Here is Coons. He slides. He could be hurt. Play stop. Coons is okay. He's stretching his back.
Let's take a look at that. Even on slow motion, it's quick.
Coons could have been hurt, but he's okay. He's tough. He's watching Cesar. The scholar does it.
Well, he certainly got the better of Donnie Ray on that shot.
First time that Crispa's led. 1 point, 9-8, 7 minutes and 15. First quarter. Mon Fernandez. Oh, he can outplay Mamaril on this one. Mamaril will need help. Technical foul called against Hagen.
Well, the imports usually get called for that technical on defensive alignment. Hagen was not near his man. He was shading into the middle. He was going to help Mamaril if Fernandez got past him. And the referee very alertly made the call. And I want to note that Mamaril is playing a very fine game against Mon Fernandez.
Oh, good steal. It's 3 against 2. And we find Hobalde. Big J and a rainbow attempt. He keeps it. Tuadles. Good move.
And it's good to see Tuadles back in action.
We have a tie at 11-all. Warding off. Foul called against Hobalde. He got trapped in the baseline.
Pingoy, based on the applause, you think there's more Crispa fans here or more Toyota fans?
It's almost even. And by God, this is more than 20,000 fans. And they're going to have a great game. Hagen to Mamaril. Mamaril making no mistakes.
Nice play. Nice pass from Cesar to Hagen to Mamaril.
Crispa's on top by 2. Air ball on Coons.
And Sonny has gotten about 5 rebounds so far this evening.
Bad pass on Jaworski. He thought that Arnaiz was going to move a little bit closer. Pass was too wide. Crispa's on top by a basket. Home run pass. Tuadles. Cristobal is there. The experience of Tuadles. He can really break his arm and release when he goes down.
See, Crispa must try to get a couple of offensive rebounds, and that might prevent Toyota from fast breaking. But if Toyota is going to be allowed to control the defensive boards, their fast break is going to be awesome.
Second deadlock at 13-all. Here's Hagen on the handoff to Balde. Loose ball foul called against Cristobal.
Well, they called a loose ball foul on Cristobal. We have a timeout. We'll be back. Let's take a look at that slow motion play where Cristobal was called for the foul. Now you can see Cristobal. He's on the left of your screen. He actually bumped his own man, and that's why Cristobal was complaining to the referee. You're allowed to foul your own man.
Well, what the referee saw, the right arm of Cristobal pushing Coons and the left arm warding off Mamaril. Good hit by Fernandez. 7 points already for Mon. Hagen, magnificent.
And Toyota was a little bit late in helping out.
Jaworski saves it over to Coons. It's counted. You know, Steve, I read in this morning's paper in the column of Fred Luarca about this conversation on his ride. But before that, watch his slow-mo.
We could see Coons hesitating before, and Cesar, very good ball player, faked out, and there was very little contact on the play.
The point of the conversation in the column of Fred was some fans are missing the basketball and followed up by boxing. I don't think that's really desirable because, you know, with the possibility of players being fined and they're playing for pay and the players maturing, I think the fans in general really enjoy a good classic game. Take a look at this offense of Toyota. Good defense coming out of Crispa.
Yes, Pingoy, I definitely agree with you. I don't feel that boxing in a basketball game is something that the fans really want to see. And look how many fans we have here. You know, I understand there used to be a lot of brawls in the PBA and a lot of fighting on the court. And this year we have not seen any. And that just leads to tell me that the players are getting more mature. They're concentrating on playing basketball, not on fighting, and the fans appreciate that. We have about 24,000 people here watching a game of finesse.
And this is certainly evidenced by the growing number of fans in so many teams. Look at the following from San Miguel and Gilbis Gin and look at the defense there, very tight. And Toyota has to earn their basket. They can get a steady, clear shot. Crispa keeps on harassing.
Well, this is a very physical game, Pinball. And both teams want to win. It's very evident even in the first few minutes of the ball game. So physical, so much action.
That's right, Steve. It is physical, but not dirty. It's a good classic game.
Yes, it's really an example of two teams playing with desire and determination, and they're concentrating on playing ball. They're not arguing with the officials, and they're not fighting with the other team.
And the size of this crowd is a manifestation about the growing following. You saw it, the camera panned a little while back, and we do have a good crowd, and I'm sure those of you at home are enjoying this classic game between Toyota and Crispa. And whatever happens here, the morning after, they'll be talking about it.
Well, Pingoy, what's so important is that this year in the PBA, there's more than a Crispa-Toyota rivalry. There's a San Miguel-Crispa rivalry. There's a Eco Tanduay has a big following. There's a lot of teams that fans are going to now, besides Crispa and Toyota. It's been a great renovation for the PBA this year.
And with that hit of Philip Cesar, we now have Crispa just trailing by a point. 2019, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Mon Fernandez losing it, but saved by Florencio, just checked in. Here is Mon, making his move. Oh, good tight shot.
And this game is going to be very important for the referees. Let's see how the referees keep this game under control. It's been very physical so far. They have to blow their whistle so that by the fourth quarter, the players maintain their composure.
And goaltending called against Coons.
I think he stuck his hand through the rim to block that one.
What a way.
Let's take a look on the slow motion. Yes, his hand was through the rim.
And Crispa is over the limit. They are on team foul trouble. Toyota on top by just one, 22-21. 2.5. Coons using the window.
And you know, we have Danny Florencio trying to cover Glenn Hagan. A very tough assignment for Danny.
But I'm sure Danny Florencio will give his 100%. He will stick to his assignment. And nice already a steam fight. Resumption of play. We find Fernandez making his move underneath.
And Mamaril coming up with a nice block with the aid of Philip Cesar. You know, Pingoy, even though Toyota is ahead so far in the ball game, that's been the story of Toyota. They've been playing well for about 2.5 quarters, and then they run out of steam. Let's see tonight if they're able to sustain this type of momentum for 48 minutes.
Well, the last time that they played and Toyota won by 1 point. Incidentally, Kidaben is in the game. He could turn it around for Crispa. 3 seconds called against Crispa. You remember that game when Toyota won 129-128, Toyota scored 32 points on the first quarter, and then they dropped to 25. So that is the inconsistency, because they picked up a 37 and 35 on the third and fourth quarter. So there is a quarter that they really dropped down.
Yes, to win this ball game tonight, both teams are going to have to play consistently for 4 quarters.
Here is Mon Fernandez. The big J. Coons tipping it, jumping over the head of Kidabin, who was also up in the air.
Oh, what a tremendous play. Let's watch Coons, because nobody boxes him out. Tuadlas will miss the shot. Nobody boxes Coons out. Kidabin, figuring that he's tall enough to get the rebound by himself, did not box anybody out.
Toyota on top by 5 points, 26-21. We have a minute and 30 seconds to go. First quarter. Ubalde in possession. Kidabin right there underneath.
You know, a lot of people say that Kidabin is in the running for the MVP award. Tonight we'll see what he can do against Mon Fernandez. 2 contestants for the MVP.
And they're guarding each other. Coons jammed there by Cesar and took steps. Crispa is over the limit. They're in team foul trouble. Florencio sticking to Hagen. Hagen makes his move. Foul called against Danny. Jaworski was trying to help out there, because Hagen can really make you look bananas.
Well, they're trying to isolate Glenn Hagen alone on one side, but the Toyota players are very aware of Glenn Hagen's moves.
A little too tight a guarding there on Florencio. Both teams now are over the limit. Second foul on Danny Florencio. Arnaiz initially guarded Hagen, and quickly he got 3 fouls. Capo had to rest him for a while.
Well, in their first outing, Glenn Hagen shot very poorly from the foul line, and that was a big difference in that ball game. But Glenn is a very good foul shooter, and he gets fouled a lot, so it's important that he hits his free throws.
Well, it's in this conference that it became a little bit inconsistent because of the CBA where he plays. Good hit by Fernandez. He was rated as one of the top foul shooters.
Yes, top 5.
Both teams over the limit. Cristobal goes through. It's a jump. Hagen and Tuadlas.
And so far, the referees have been doing a very good job, Pingoy. They've been making their calls very quickly, not allowing time for the players to argue the call.
Last touch was Kidabin. Toyota on top by 4 points, 28-24. 31 seconds to go.
And for Francis Arnaiz fans, Francis is on the bench with 3 personals.
Danny has it. Inside to Coons. He could have taken there, but he went the other side, and Cesar was there waiting for him. Cristobal in and out. 9 seconds to go. Jaworski knows it. Inside pass to Danny. Too strong. Cristobal stepping on the baseline.
And they'll have 1 second to try to score. Very quick shot here. No time to think.
Normally you will do an alley-oop pass here to Coons, but Cesar is there and he's smart. He's no scholar for nothing. Bad inbound, hit the side of the board.
And the ball will go over to Crispa with 1 second left. The clock does not move until the ball hits the player's hands.
Forward pitch. This is intended for Ubalde. We have major changes on the lineup. We now have King, Florencio, Coons, Jaworski, Fernandez, Hagen, Israel, Ko, Kidabin, Villamin.
Here's the first quarter shooting. Even though Toyota only shot 43%, they did manage to take more shots, and that's why they came away with the lead after the first quarter.
Jaworski now has 2 fouls on him.
You know, Sonny Jaworski has 7 rebounds so far this evening, Pingoy. 3 defensive and 4 offensive rebounds. And Sonny is in the running for the 2,000 rebound, 2,000 defensive rebound club. He only needs 36 more. And for the 1,000 offensive rebound, he only needs 34 more.
You have a milestone right there in the making.
And that's quite a feat because Sonny's really a guard. And guards are not noted for their rebounding.
Danny Florencio showing what he's made of.
That's what guards are noted for, their drives to the basket, exemplified by Danny Florencio.
Atoiko making his turn. Jaworski gets it out of the way. They're on top by 5. Foul under the boards. Kidabin.
Let's take a look. Florencio. Padim Israel coming over.
Gets it up.
There it is.
Foul on Kidabin as Kunz was going up. 30-25. We just started the second quarter. Inside pass, too strong.
You have to appreciate the way Crispa's playing defense. They're not just going to try to outshoot Toyota this evening. They're going to try to play good defense as well.
Gigantic block coming from Kunz. Fernandez throws it away.
Again, it's Crispa causing these turnovers. They're pressuring the ball handler on the Toyota team.
Paul almost getting his first rainbow attempt. Danny Florencio. King and Kunz there protecting it, keeping the possession for Toyota. And a good hit. Rainbow shot from the corner.
Yes, three-pointer by Kunz. And believe me, we're going to see a lot of three-pointers this evening with guys like Atoiko, Philip Cesar, Fabiosa, and Arnaiz Jaworski. We're going to see a lot of three-pointers.
Atoiko getting away, and speaking of three-pointers, don't forget to watch and pay attention to Steve Catan on Inside Basketball, the halftime during the delayed telecast, because that's exactly what Steve is going to talk to us all about. Kunz getting his first foul.
It's usually the guy that misses the shot that commits the next foul.
And Kidabin really had to close his eyes there. Kidabin hitting from 17.
If Kidabin can hit from the outside and bring the Toyota defense out, Crispa will have an easy chance for the offensive rebounds.
Kunz on a short jump. Colossus in the game. Giving the big J a rest. Forward pass. Kidabin. Everybody saw that, taking steps.
That was more than a case of one step too many. That was about 2 steps too many.
He knew it, and a big smile on his face. And for emphasis, we show it again to you. Okay, the score now standing 33 for Toyota and 29 for Crispa. Technical foul called against King. He did not like the foul called against him. He uttered words. The referee heard it and said technical. The referees are in control. Messrs. Ledesma, Iñosa, and De Los Reyes. Kunz resting now. We have Terry Saldana checking in.
Well, Terry Saldana has been the Crispa killer so far this season. In their first game against Crispa, Terry scored 17 points and hauled down about 8 or 10 rebounds. In the second game, Terry Saldana was very instrumental in the Toyota victory over Crispa.
And Baby Delupan dispatches TJ doing the tough jobs. Bernie Fabiosa. Herrera in the game now for Toyota. He's assigned to keep an eye on Atoiko. Here is TJ right there in your screens, doing the tough jobs.
Ed Ocampo wanted to have Abe King sitting on the bench. He wants him to cool off because Abe King usually picks up his fouls in clusters.
And for a moment, Fernandez really thought he got away by stealing the ball right from the hands of Kidabin.
And Mon Fernandez has to be careful with his fouls as well. That's only his first.
At this point, both squads have fielded an all-Filipino foul. Offensive foul called against Kidabin. His third foul, Steve.
Yes, foul trouble is going to play an important role. The referees are calling everything.
Loose ball. Crispa will keep. 33 for Toyota, 30 Crispa, 9 and 15, second quarter. Redmanizers down by 3 points, but TJ is here. Ko.
That's the second shot of Atoy Ko that has trickled right out of the basket.
Danny Florencio to Colosso. Saldana. Checked by Israel, and Fabiosa gets it, saves it. Fabiosa does it again, and Atoy Ko was so tentative. He took steps when he saw Colosso as he turned.
Let's watch Padim Israel. Great defense here. No contact, and now watch this save by Fabiosa, almost losing it and tapping it over safely to Padim Israel.
Colosso to Danny Florencio. TJ is there. Saldana makes his move. And as he made his move, he brought the body of Fabiosa along with him. Foul on Terry Saldana.
Just a great defensive battle tonight, Pingoy. Both teams really playing fine on defense.
And Toyota already has 5 team fouls against 2 on Crispa. Israel knew that he was umbrellaed, but he still went for the basket and hoped for a foul, and he got it. Look at him move. There were 3 Super Corollas checking him.
Well, so far there has not been an offensive series without the whistle of the referee blowing. The referees are really working hard tonight.
After a brief rest, the Big J is dispatched back by Edo Campo.
You know, I think as the game moves on, Pingoy, and as important players get into foul trouble, the intensity will simmer down a little bit and they'll start playing basketball again. Right now, it's just foul after foul.
33-31. We have a low scoring on the second quarter, primarily because of the off-shooting of both teams and good defense. The percentage will probably go down in the second quarter. Atoy Ko, inside pass.
Try to pick and roll play. Didn't work.
Florencio keeps it. He wants this basket. The Big J is everywhere. Florencio snakes in. Oh, what a classic move. Forward pitch immediately to TJ. Good move, getting it right back. The minute you turn your head on Fabiosa, he can snake in and hit you for a basket. Saldana may follow up, but he got clogged. Villamin guilty of the foul.
And it looks like Florencio and Fabiosa have a personal rivalry one against the other, Pingoy. They're both trying to outdo each other. Let's see this foul on Villamin here before the shot.
Good drive by Mon Fernandez, the money man.
And Fernandez has been playing very steady ball so far for Toyota.
Kidaben does not get the basket, but gets the foul from Mon Fernandez probably. Look at this move by Kidaben. Goes to the other side and Mon touches him.
And that's the second foul of Mon Fernandez. So far he's been playing a very clean ball game, but if he picks up his third, you can bet Edo Campo is going to send him right to the bench. He needs Mon Fernandez in the fourth quarter.
Crispa continues to trail. They're behind by 4 points, 37-33. Cobal is back in action, pulling at Villamin. 7 minutes and a second quarter.
Well, so far, Crispa has been pretty cold from the outside, and they've been getting most of their points on good drives to the basket. They should continue to go inside against Toyota and get the Corollas into foul trouble.
Toyota's in team foul trouble. They're over the limit. Jaworski goes through. Foul on Ko. Ko's been keeping an eye on the Big J. First foul on Atoy. Fourth team foul called against Crispa. And the scholar right back in the game, pulling out Kidaben.
Well, they want to have Philip Cesar covering Mon Fernandez. They feel he can do a better job than Guidaben because Cesar is much quicker.
Second good block by Israel. DJ is there in a fadeaway. Foul called against Hubalde. Second foul on Hubalde. Arnaiz can't come in the game. He's got 3 fouls.
Let's watch this one all over again. Watch this block. Padim Israel, the second time he's blocked Terry Saldana.
We have a time.
On E+, the Power Pack Vitamin E.
Here we see Fabiosa coming down on a fast clip. Jump shot. And watch his tremendous struggle for the rebound here. 10 players in there. And there's the foul on Hubalde.
Steve, there is electricity in this building. It is so electrifying, and they go as far back as 1975, Toyota and Crispa. Good pass inside. Oh, tough break. Florencio had the moves. Crispa saves it. Toyota is over the limit. And they're behind, they're in front by 3 points, 37-34. Atoy Cor still can't buy a basket. King pulls it down.
And King is back in the ball game, and Glenn Hagan as well.
Mon Fernandez.
See, Cesar can do a better job on Mon Fernandez than Guidaben can.
Cesar on a miss. Home run pass to Jaworski. He's all alone. Good outlet pass. Very quick. Now Crispa's down by 5 with 5 minutes and 31, second period.
Well, so far, Crispa has been able to do a good job in stopping Toyota on their fast break. They just have to make sure somebody's always back on defense.
Hagan on the outside. Making it from 21. One more step backwards and he could have gotten the rainbow.
And Florencio, there's nothing more he could have done on that one. His job is to prevent Glenn Hagan from driving. If he's scoring from the outside, there's nothing he can do.
Bounce pass to King. And loose ball foul called against Danny Florencio. With Hagan in, Edo Campo dispatches.
You know, so far, Pingoy, the story of the game has been a lot due to the rebounding powers of Toyota. Toyota has 27 rebounds compared to Crispa, who only has 18. But Toyota has been able to pick off 13 offensive rebounds. Crispa only has 2 offensive rebounds. You know, every time you get an offensive rebound, it gives your team another opportunity to shoot at the basket.
In spite of that, Steve, you can't really say that Toyota owns the shaded area. Most of these rebounds fall in their lap or just bounces it towards the players. And this is, you can attribute this to the fine defense of the Red Banizers.
That's true, because when Toyota does get that offensive rebound, they have not been able to convert the 2 points.
Take a look at the score. 39 for Toyota, 38 for Crispa. DJ saves it. Here's Villamin. King is on him. Saved by Hagan. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Hagan on a spin.
And all 3 referees blew their whistle at the same time.
Twadless is in the game. Checking Hagan. Second foul on Twadless. Arnaiz. It is Coons, guilty of the foul.
Yes, Coons is going to try to cover Glenn Hagan now. They're both standing, Coons is standing 6'3", Hagan at 6'1", but Hagan is a lot quicker.
We're talking about Arnaiz. He's in the bench because of 3 fouls. He got it as early as the first quarter. Don't look now, but Crispa's on top by 1 point. They've been inching and nibbling. Now they're in the driver's seat. 40-39. 4 and 10, second quarter. Mon Fernandez. Underneath, King losing it, and a good tap by Hubalde.
And Abe King is having a very rough time this evening. You know, ever since he got that technical foul, Pingoy, he has not been able to get on track.
Well, he's got to think straight. He's got to think positive. Hagen being double teamed. Cesar, he can fire from that corner. Obalde. Mon Fernandez pulling it down. Outlet pass going to Twadless. But immediately, 3 Redmanizers were down. Saved by Twadless. He goes up. Safety tap going to Hagen. 3 minutes and 35. PJ losing his balance. He slid. We have a fast clip going. Still no scores, no baskets.
Just unbelievable. What action.
2 top teams can't score.
There's so much pressure on the person driving to the basket.
Good pass. No foul. Underneath is Villamin. Still no basket. Coles and King getting it. And Hagen.
I wonder if the fans can keep up this intensity, Pingo. They've been screaming on every play.
Cesar. Still no score so far for the past minute and a half. This is unbelievable. The Big J.
Another offensive rebound for the Big J.
They're down by 1 point. 2 minutes and 37. Mon Fernandez inside to the Big J. This time he gets fouled. He just had to do something. He already knew Villamin was there, Hagen was there. Like a real pro, well experienced, just put up his arm.
It's just unbelievable. Glenn Hagen had a layup. He missed it. Fabiosa had a try. He couldn't hold on to it. Tuatlas had a couple of shots. Jaworski, Kuntz, everybody got into the action.
Amazing. And if you have it taken, the Betamax better watch it the morning after, because then you'll know. You got to see it to believe.
I don't even think the Betamax can capture this action, Pingoy. It's so fast.
And we are in our 4th tie, 40 all. 2 minutes and 20, second quarter. Tremendous defense. Low production. Bad pass. Fabiosa thought that Cesar was going to move out a little bit. Forward very quickly. Twadless. It was a little awkward there already, but he still released it. The spin was a little bit soft. Crispa could strike. Cesar to Fabiosa. Tentative. He thought he might be fouled on that one. Here is Kuntz on a side jump shot. King.
Well, you know, Pingoy, you hit the nail right on the head. In the first quarter, there were so many fouls committed, and the players were expecting to be fouled on every play. Now in the second quarter, the players are so scared to take their shots because they're expecting to get fouled. Even though they have not been getting fouled, they're conscious of the man coming their way. And that's what we call intimidation, and that's exactly what's been happening in this second period.
And just to make some changes here, Edo Campo dispatches for the first time Nick Bolaong, seeing action for the first time for Toyota, and By Cristobal is back again in the game for Crispa. Both teams are over the limit. Ovalde. Fouled by Bolaong.
You know, Ovalde is a good man to go to when your team is not scoring points, because Freddie likes to drive to the basket. He has a wide array of moves, and chances are he'll be fouled en route to the hoop.
A minute and 38 seconds to go in this first half. Even Ubaldo can't get a point from the stripe. They're behind by a basket. 42-40. And he misses both. Here's Bolaong, but Hagen is there. King loses it from Hagen. Cesar. This is terrible.
It's been a very low-scoring second period, Pingoy. Both teams maybe 15 or 18 points apiece.
And King. Crispa so far hasn't made a basket for 2.5 minutes. Hagen Trying to crash through the defenses. Charging called against him. Crispa has been quiet for 2.5 minutes.
You know, I think both teams have to start setting up their offense a little bit more, Pingoy. A lot less freelance. Let's watch Glenn Hagan. Good position by Coons.
Here comes Hagan. Cristobal getting it, breaking the silence.
Let's see, it looks like both teams are going to start to slow down now and set up a little bit more.
Nick Bulaong just threw it up. Cristobal is capable of hitting twice in a row. Villamin. Short. Here comes Jaworski. 13 seconds to go. He sees the clock. Bulaong making. Nick Bulaong can do that. He's done it in the past.
2 seconds.
Hagan almost had it. Line was a little bit to the left. So
Crispa made 10 points. Toyota made 7. Now, even though Toyota had 15 offensive rebounds, they were not able to score a point off of those 15 offensive rebounds. Whereas Crispa had 3 offensive rebounds, and they scored 2 points off those rebounds.
Kidabin and Bulaong starting the third quarter with exchange of baskets. 48-44. Foul on Bulaong before Atoyko could take off. Arnaiz is now in the game. He had a handicap because of 3 fouls called on him. Oh, what a magic shot by Hagan. That we must see on the slow-mo because you're going to enjoy it as much as we would. Fantastic. Kidabin and Coons fighting for that rebound. Score at the moment.
Let's watch this slow motion. Glenn Hagan. Oh, unbelievable shot. Unbelievable.
He twirled his arms, spun the ball, put it up.
He was born for basketball.
And Fernandez gets it right back.
You know, starting in the second half, Pingoy, both teams are going to go to a more deliberate pattern of offense. And I think the percentages are going to be a little bit higher than we saw in that second quarter.
Coons was very tentative there. He wasn't sure as to whether he was going to be able to pick up the pace of Hagan, and Hagan just saw the lane wide clear. Got the basket, cut down the lead of Toyota. Fernandez looking for a foul there. No fouls called.
Well, you know, Pingoy, the smart players know when not to foul. If a player is ahead of you and you have no chance to get him, it's a silly situation to foul him.
Good tap by Hagan, and a steal broken up by King, going to Coons. Pulls up. Cole brings it down with King, trying to make a last-second stab for it. Incidentally, let me correct myself on that one. When Fernandez drove in on the baseline, there was a foul by Kidabin, the 4th foul on Kidabin. Mon Fernandez was contesting that he was fouled on the act of shooting, and the referee says, no way. Cole. Here is Arnaiz, looking good, looking move, and play broken up by Fabiosa. He kind of anticipated that back pass.
It's interesting to see Nick Bulaong in the game and Terry Saldana sitting on the bench.
Well, Nick Bulaong could be counted. Oh, good reverse shot by Mon Fernandez. He's responded in the past for Toyota, and he continues to be in the team. It could be the change that's needed by the Super Corollas. Inside pass to Hagan. And Bulaong acknowledges it for his 3rd foul. On the court right now for Toyota, we find Bulaong, Arnaiz with 3 fouls each. Coons, King, and Fernandez, 2 apiece. Turned around by Cole.
Well, Ato is having a very rough time scoring tonight. They're not helping him out. His teammates are not helping him. He's got to do it all one-on-one.
Good block by Kidabin. Bulaong thought he got away already. Kidaben has got 4 fouls. Villamin has 2. 1 apiece by Cohen-Hagen, and Fabiosa is clean. Oh, Fabiosa, the TJ, doing the tough jobs. He can make Crispa move. Arnaiz.
Well, it's import against import. Kuntz is going to try to contain Glenn Hagen now, and Arnaiz is helping out very well.
Anticipated by Kuntz. And here is Arnaiz, but Kidaben is there. Blocked it. Balaong saves it, gives it to Kuntz, but Hagen is there very quick.
What a great block by Kidaben.
Go to Kidaben, who pulls up. It bubbles in and out. Kuntz. Here's Arnaiz. It's 2 against 1. And Hagen just swaps it away, getting it. Good steal. 3 against 2. And TJ buys it.
Well, you know, Glenn Hagen has 6 steals so far, Pingoy. He's been snatching that ball, the thief of Baghdad.
He's got quick hands. Remarkable. And he's broken up 2 plays already. Almost clean getaway for Toyota. Here's Fernandez. King gets it. He may follow up. Kuntz on the side. It's 3 against 1. It's only Arnaiz defending. Atoyko reversing, making. And we have another tie.
And all of a sudden, it's Crispa that's leading the fast break.
A push called against Villamin. 5th deadlock. 54 all. We are in the 3rd period with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Jaworski being dispatched by Edo Campo, pulling out Kuntz. Toyota on an all-Filipino 5. The Scholar back in action. Pulling out Kidaben, who's got 4 fouls.
You know, Pingoy, both these teams can play with an all-Filipino. They don't really rely so heavily on their imports.
Cesar pulling it down.
But then again, I don't think Glenn Hagen has taken a seat on the bench so far. Only for a couple of minutes.
On the deep corner.
Glenn Hagen has 6 steals. He's so quick. He picked up that 6th one without us even knowing it.
And Hagen puts Crispa in the lead. Mon Fernandez using the board, tying it once more, 6th time.
So consistent, Mon Fernandez. This evening, he's been playing very consistent basketball.
And he's really showing what he's worth. The money man. 56 all. 6th deadlock. 4, crowded. And he buys it.
It's unbelievable. Atoy Ko, even when he stops his dribble and he's heavily pressured, he can still get the shot off and hit it.
I like his leg work. He can pump twice, 3 times, and then go up in the air. Cesar is on Fernandez, looking for a cutter. Jaworski, in and out. It's Ko getting it away from the Big J. Forward to Hagen. It's 3 against 1. Hagen dancing around. For a moment, he was enjoying himself. On Fernandez from 15, buying it.
And Mon has been keeping Toyota in the ball game.
7th tie, 58 all. Hagen inside to Fabiosa. Magic shot by Fabiosa. King trying to save it. Crispa will keep. Eri Saldana back in the game, pulling out Balao, who gets a trickle of applause. 6 minutes 24, 58 all, 3rd quarter. What a game.
Well, you know, Pingoy, I was talking to a couple of people, and they were telling me...
Fabiosa getting the rainbow 3-point shot.
They were telling me that these 2 teams didn't want to finish in the 2nd spot because they wanted to play in the quarterfinal rounds because there's more money for them if they play in those games rather than sit out in a bye. But watching these 2 teams play tonight, I totally disagree with that philosophy. These teams want to win that ball game. They want the number 2 spot.
This time, Mon Fernandez getting the steal. Counter steal by Hagen. His 7th steal. What a player. A play broken up by Arnaiz. Fantastic. Timeout being asked by Baby the Lupan. On this particular action, Mon Fernandez short. He gets it from Hagen. Mon thinking that he's got it secure. Look at the hands of Hagen. He's like a plastic man.
Rubber band man.
A live action going to Fabiosa, who just connected with the rainbow shot. Cole making it. 2 hits coming from Crispa from 3-point shot.
If you don't succeed at first, try again is Atoy Cole's philosophy.
And the Rainbows are hurting Toyota. They're now down by 6 points.
Another
Hagen.
steal by Hagen. That's his 8th steal.
That has to be a record.
Yes, he just broke the record set by Arnold Duggar.
Atoy for a rainbow. 2 hits in a row. Fantastic. Steve, the intensity and the quality of this game, I just have to refute and disagree on the suspicions of some quarters that no team wants to win because of a possible money making on the third. And Arnaiz buys it on a rainbow shot.
Yes, I was reading an article in one of the newspapers saying that if the teams get a bye, they will not get any gate receipt from the games in the quarterfinals. And it seems totally ridiculous to me because these two teams want that bye and they want to win this ball game.
I find that conclusion unfounded completely because the manifestation here is so strong that they're gonna die to win. And look at the defense of Toyota, having a turnover on a 25-second.
Well, you know, the newspaper article said that these two teams can beat anybody in the quarterfinals, so that they would not be taking a chance having to play in the quarterfinals. But it's such a short series. It's only a 2-out-of-3 series. Why get yourself tired? Why have a chance of losing in the quarterfinals? Why get injured? Certainly they want to play they want the bye. They don't want to have to play in a small mini-series in the quarterfinals.
Well, you can't take that attitude because in this particular reinforced All-Filipino conference, the teams are so balanced, the defense is the accent, and it is very tough. You can't take anyone for granted.
You can't assume. A team like Toyota could not assume that they will win a series over Mariwasa, and a team like Crispa could not assume they will beat UTEX. So I don't think anybody wants to take a chance losing in the elimination round, and if you have a chance to get that second spot, they surely want it.
Well, more often than not, it's the emotion that comes out with this conclusion because you don't want to accept that your team lost, you know, and you'd always say, well, you know. Back in action here, it's Kidab and Saldana's keeping an eye on him, and Crispa's on top by 5, 67-62. Cesar on the side. Good follow-up by Kidabin.
And the third quarter has been all Crispa.
3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Here's a nice. Watch him move. Oh, he is poetry in motion. 69-64. Crispa still on 5. Bounce pass inside. And Cristobal bubbles, taking steps.
Well, you know, Arnaiz, he still only has 3 fouls. In the first half, he had to sit down with 3 fouls. In the second half, 3 fouls is no problem.
Hernandez making it. Scoring from 16.
And he has 25 points already.
Here's Hagen. He's dangerous in a 1-on-1. Hernandez keeps it. It's 4 against 1. Bounce underneath. Arnaiz. Outlet pass. It's Cole. Saldana and Kidabin battling it, and last touch called against Kidabin.
What a struggle. What a battle for that rebound.
Mon Cruz coming in the game for the first time. This is the confidence that Baby Dalupan has on Mon Cruz. Oh, he had a tremendous, illustrious amateur playing days. Jaworski off balance. Outlet pass going to Hagen. Gets away clear.
What a fantastic pass. Did you see that pass?
You bet I did. I was staying glued to it from Cesar. Good arch. He knew that Arnaiz was there. Hagen kept on going, and the pass and the throw was true to form. In and out on Saldana.
Well, that's one thing about Philip Cesar. His shot has been off this evening, but that's not taking him off his game. He's been playing great defense. He's involved in the flow of the offense, and he's been getting key rebounds.
Well, he creates the occasions for Crispa. And if Fabiosa were there, he can make it move. Kidabin scoring from 18. Now they're scoring from the outside. They couldn't do that during the first half.
Yes, they were very cold in the first half. Now all of a sudden, Atoy Ko is hitting. Kidabin is even hitting from the outside.
2 minutes and 13 to go. Third quarter. Crispa in the lead by 5 points, 73-68, and we have a timeout. A basket from Kidabin stretches the Crispa lead by 7 points, 75-68. And on this particular quarter, Coons on an awkward shot. Crispa has been burning Toyota with their rainbow shots. They've been hitting from the outside. Good inside pass to Cesar, quickly releasing.
What made that pass so good is he passed it off the dribble. He didn't bother bringing the ball back up. It was so quick, it caught Toyota off guard.
Here's Fernandez. This collar is on him. And Coons tags the arm of Kidabin there for his third foul. Toyota now recording 14 fouls, and also Crispa.
Well, the momentum has definitely changed, and Crispa is playing their ball game. They're controlling the offense. They're doing what they want. Toyota, maybe they have to start fast breaking to get themselves going again.
Don't forget that they came in the third quarter with only 40 points. Now they're on top by 77-68. Crispa keeps it, hits the foot of Kidabin. Here's the big J. Hagen is there. All alone to defend against the big J and Coons.
Well, we all know that the third quarter is Crispa's favorite quarter, Pingoy, and that's why they were able to pull this lead. And it looks like Cesar's back into the thick of the offense now.
Toyota down by 9. Kidabin. Crispa is in control.
Beautiful move by Kidabin. So high above the basket, nobody there to block him.
And Kidabin, as he said, ever since he came out of the charismatic session, he feels reborn. 7 seconds to go. Moncruz staying a little bit too close on Fernandez.
Well, you know, Pingoy, now Herrera going to the bench. It seems like Crispa's really controlling the fast break. It's usually Toyota is the team that likes the fast break, but Crispa's been doing it beautifully.
Air ball on Arnaiz, trying to beat the clock. A second to go. They're down by 11 points, 81-70. And at the end of
this pass by Glenn Hagen, that yo-yo dribble right over to Kidabin. Nobody's stopping. You see how high he got up against that rim? There's no way he's going to miss that shot.
Steve, Toyota down by 11, Crispa on top by 11. How do you see it?
Well, let's first take a look at this third period, Pingoy, where Crispa outscored Toyota by 15 points. Besides, for that third period, it was a very close ball game. But, you know, it's only a 9-point lead, 10-point lead. And when you're talking about professional ball clubs, Pingoy, nothing is safe, especially when you're dealing with a team like Toyota or Crispa. Let's take a look at Glenn Hagen. Can you have a better night than that? 24 points, 11 assists, 7 steals, and we're only 3 quarters done.
And Hagen continues to score. He broke up another play.
It's so hard to put statistics of Glenn Hagen up on the screen because they're always changing.
Score of the moment is Crispa 83, Toyota 72. We just started the fourth quarter. Here's Mon Fernandez. Hagen really showing what he's worth.
Well, Hagen has done a fine job as the court general this evening for the team. Not only offensively, but great defensive plays as well.
There go Coons. Atoy in a rainbow attempt, making.
Well, that definitely hurts Toyota. It puts them down by 12 points.
Well, last time out, Atoy Ko made 4 out of 7 from the 3-point territory. Tonight, he has made 3 out of 5. Arnaiz guilty of his 4th foul, and warning has been called against the Toyota bench.
Well, you know, Atoy Ko is the best three-point shooter in the PBA, and statistics will back me up. I know after the second phase, Atoy Ko was 15 for 30 from the three-point area for 50%. Look at that shooting by Crispa in the 3rd quarter, a blistering 68%, 15 for 22.
Toyota down by 12, 86-74. The Big J going up. Atoy Ko agrees with the call, his 3rd foul.
You know, Atoy Ko shoots better from the three-point area than a lot of players shoot from the two-point region. He's an excellent three-point shooter.
Jaworski so far has only made 6 points. Doesn't cash in from the stripe. Jaworski's on Hagen. And foul called against the Big J. At the rate Hagen has been playing, he can make Jaworski look bad.
And Hagen doesn't even look tired. And he's been playing the whole game. I think he only sat out for 2 minutes.
Telegraph pass, Juan Fernandez stealing it off Ko. Could continue to go. Jaworski with a foul called against Moncruz for illegal block.
You know, Pingoy, with only 9:49 left in the ball game, Toyota down by 10 points. I think Toyota has to start to fast break with the basketball. Whenever they get that ball, they have to start running with it. I don't know if Jaworski and Arnaiz are tired, but they have to pull whatever they have out from their depths, from their guts, and just try to do it. Juan Fernandez can run with the basketball. They have a very quick 5 on the court now.
The only difference is that Crispa is not going to let you have a free access to the board, you know. You've got to earn every point, because if you don't have the ball, you can't run. 3 fouls already called against Moncruz.
That's definitely true, Pingoy. Crispa is not allowing Toyota to get the defensive rebound, and Toyota's fast breaks opportunities have been thwarted.
You know, Glenn Hagen is the key here, because while he's only standing at 6'1", he is jumping and going 20 feet. Jaworski staying glued to Hagen. Kidabin 15 feet. Inside pass to Moncruz. He goes up. 9 minutes and 10 seconds. King guilty of his 3rd foul.
Well, Abe King has been getting a lot of calls against him this evening. He's not been able to click so far.
Here's Moncruz. Arnaiz is watching him. Hagen on the long court. Abe King. (86-77). Crispa on top. And before Kunz could go up, Hagen got into view. 2nd foul on Glenn Hagen. You know, this is so different from the pace and the movements of the first half. Here they've been hitting inside and outside. During the first 24 minutes, if you recall, the players were tentative inside. I think there were being 2 factors there. One is a psychological factor wherein it's so physical that they were anticipating dirty fouls or dirty movements. It never happened because the referees were in control. Number 2, no team could really fire and buy a basket from the outside. They were just so sour.
You know, you should have been a PBA analyst, Pingoy. That's hitting it right on the head.
Well, at this point with 86-79, I don't think you can discount Toyota completely out of control or out of the tempo, because they've been nibbling. They've been coming close.
No way. They have a chance to cut it down to 5 points now.
And Jaworski goes up. Okay. It's 86-81. Crispa on top by 11. All of a sudden, just by 5. Here's the scholar. He likes to shoot on the board. And King caught there in a little push as Cesar was going up.
You know, Pingoy, I like to remain neutral in all the ball games that I cover. And I feel tonight that the momentum is a seesaw affair. First half, Toyota had it. 3rd quarter went to Crispa. 4th quarter, it looks like Toyota, like you said, is nibbling back in the ball game. Right now, Toyota down by 6 points. This game has a very good chance of going into overtime because we've seen points scored in flurries tonight. If Toyota can start fast breaking, you never know what can happen. Glenn Hagan might go cold. They've been relying very heavily on Glenn Hagan. If he should go cold now, Crispa will be in trouble.
Ko has been rested. Baby Delupan dispatching Israel, who was tremendous on his defensive plays. Cesar, quickly. Hagan is 2 against 1. There's Cruz, making sure. Fast breaking, Crispa. Arnaiz gets bumped by Cruz.
Well, you see, Toyota is trying to push that ball up very quickly, but
4
they
fouls
can't.
on Cruz already, Steve.
We have a timeout.
On the delayed telecast between Gilbis Gin and Great Taste, Gilbis Gin seemingly started off taking the game for granted, although Coach Turing Valenzona was not taking it for granted. The players themselves created trouble for themselves, and before you knew it, it was Great Taste in control. I'm not going to say beyond that. Watch it because you'll find it exciting. Inside to Arnaiz. He was already off balance. He was looking for a foul. Looks at the referee. And TJ Fabiosa in the court now for Crispa, putting out Moncruz.
Well, it's very important for Toyota to stop arguing with the referees. They got to play against Crispa and forget about the referees' calls.
Jaworski stays glued to Hagan. Kidabin, beautiful shot, had the right arch because Mon Fernandez made a stab for it.
And Crispa's up by 11 big points now.
Here is Coons. He's maximizing his height. But watch out for the quick hands of Glenn Hagan. He has tied the record, Steve. 7 steals.
He has 8 now. I think he's broken that record.
So he's the Sultan of the swipes, and Coons breaks up play. It's 3 against 2, and Coons drives in.
Well, Coons fits in so well with Arnaiz and Jaworski. He knows how to fill the lanes, and he's got accustomed to the dynamic duo in the backcourt.
Toyota once again brings down the lead of Crispa to 7. 92-85, 6 minutes and a half. And Arnaiz guilty of a little push. 5 fouls on Arnaiz.
And let's see if Edo Campo is going to make a move to his bench. He might have to leave Arnaiz in the ball game. He has no choice.
Maybe Delupan shuffling his rookies. Mike Cristobal back in the game, pulling out Israel. Inside pass going to Cesar. Here is Hagan.
And Hagan refuses to shoot from the outside.
Play broken up by Mon Fernandez.
We have a 3-second violation on that one. Glenn Hagan got stuck in the lane.
And very quickly, you saw the team management, team manager and the coach, Edo Campo and Ricky Silverio. Good check by Fabiosa. He leaped up in the air before Arnaiz could fire, and Arnaiz became so tentative, he took steps. 6 minutes to go. Here is TJ on Arnaiz. Kidabin in a running shot. On Fernandez. Here's Coons. Coons on a drive, making it. It's counted.
Wow, we got to see that one on slow motion, Pinboy. Let's look at the slow motion on that one. That's very peculiar because at the first call, the referee said count the basket. And then afterwards, they said offensive foul. You see, Edo Campo, he can't understand that call. We have a timeout. We'll be back. That was a very big play in the ball game. Again, watch the referee after Coons makes the shot. He signals basket good. Watch his hand. Watch his hand. You see him signaling downwards.
And then the referee changes his mind, nullifies the conversion, and a foul call against Coons. So the score stands at 92-85. Crispa on top by 7 points.
And they're only giving Toyota one shot at the basket. You know,
5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, Steve.
Toyota was able to get those offensive rebounds in the first half. However, in the second half, Crispa has shut the door. Take one shot, make it or break it. You're not getting another one.
And Fabiosa created further damage. Offline shot by Mon Fernandez. 5 minutes to go. Other side to Kidaben. Moves it closer. King pulls it down and Kidaben comes into contact. 5 fouls. This could hurt the defense of Kidaben.
Yes, if Kidaben fouls out, Toyota will have a much easier time. Toyota has to make their move now. Only 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. They're down by 9 points. They have to make their move now. They can't wait any longer.
You know, Cesar only has 10 points, but he has done a tremendous defensive job for Crispa. He has created the opportunities and he's been there thwarting off the offensive plays of Toyota.
Well, he's been able to hold Abe King. His job has been covering Abe King. He's done a great job. And Jaworski coming up with a nice defensive play of his own.
Back again to the Big J.
And it looks like they've made their move, Pingoy. They're only down by 5 now.
And the fans of Toyota are alive, and both teams recording 16 fouls apiece. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go. 94-89. Inside pass to Hagen. Making. Unbelievable. He's so consistent. He paces himself so well. Mon Fernandez may just turn around. Technical called against Crispa. Defensive alignment, perhaps?
Yes. And that's the second one that's been called on Crispa. You recall in the early part of the game, they had one called. The next one, and the coach has to take an early shower. He's got to leave one more time. You know, earlier we were saying that Philip Cesar was doing a fine defensive job. He's covering Mon Fernandez, and he's doing a very good job on Mon because Mon has been involved in the flow of the action, and he's been able to hold Mon and contain him in the second half.
Mon Fernandez, if he can score inside, he will do it outside.
Well, Cesar's forcing Mon really far away from the basket. Mon was hitting a lot of layups in the first half. Cesar is telling him, you got to make your shots from the outside.
Holy cow, that move of Hagen, he was almost falling down already. What great body control. And I'm sure if it went in, it would have been counted. Here is Hagen on the stripe.
Very big foul shots. He's got 29 points now.
3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Toyota is over the limit. And Hagen gets the steal of the Big J. Hagen, in spite of the fact that Danny Florencio was there, went up and both of them skied. And Hagen gets the basket.
Oh, what an unbelievable play by Glenn Hagen.
Jaworski barreling in. He wanted the basket and charging called against him. His 5th foul. Watch this on the slow-mo.
Well, Jaworski really wanted these 2 points. After losing the ball to Glenn Hagen, Jaworski said, I'm going into the basket. It doesn't matter who's in the way. Let's watch another tremendous steal by Glenn Hagen. This might be the pivotal play or the turning point in the whole game. What a great steal. And more important than the steal was his ability to convert on the basket. Danny Florencio, no way to stop that drive.
Look at the way they jump. They really can sky. Toyota on a never say die. Florencio now going up.
It's unbelievable. Every time you think Toyota's out of it, they come back with 2 quick points.
99-93. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Hagen playing like a team. Inside. Oh, good move. For a moment we thought Cole had the ball slip past him, but Hagen was there to catch it.
I think that was a pass by Cole. He knew Glenn Hagan was coming in.
Now don't forget, Toyota at this point is over the limit. They're in team foul trouble. Crispa has 16 fouls. 4th foul already called against Cole.
Let's watch the foul on Cole. You know, I think that Toyota being over the limit might work to their advantage because they might have to start fouling Crispa, hoping that Crispa will miss 1 or 2 foul shots. They're going to have to go for the steals with only 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Hagen has got 2 fouls. Cole has got 4, 3 on Villamin, 5 on Kidabin. Fabiosa is clean. They pull back. Kidabin is crowded. Here is Cole. The last 2 minutes is brought to you by Lipovitan.
You know, Pingoy, when Kidabin hit that shot, there was only 1 second on the 25-second clock.
Jaworski can still buy that rainbow. Cole pulls back. 1 minute and 39 now. 103 for Crispa, 96 for Toyota. Doubt very much. With this impending victory of Crispa Redmanizers, I'm sure the fans of the Redmanizers will be looking forward to reading the morning dailies the morning after.
You know, Fabiosa on the foul line, he's played a very fine ball game tonight. He has 11 points. He's got 12 now, but he's done a very fine job. He's been covering Francis Arnaiz. Arnaiz came out bombing in the 3rd quarter, but
rainbow shot by Mon Fernandez, 3 points.
Big bucket.
Crispa's lead down again to 5. Here is Hagen, the big difference. Makes a dive for Jaworski is there. Here comes Toyota. Nice, but Kunz was there, air ball, and finally getting it.
Unbelievable, Pingoy. Just incredible. Just an unbelievable play. Arnaiz going for the 3-pointer. And Joe Concepcion tells me that that is a rebound and a 2-point conversion. Not an assist by Arnaiz because he was in the act of shooting. He was attempting a basket. All of a sudden, it's 3 points.
And you know, about 29 seconds ago, the crowd started to leave. Now they're right back. They can't believe what's happening. It's just a 3-point game for Crispa. But they're in possession. And we have Fabiosa on the floor as he was making a dash for the baseline. And technical. Slapped on Arnaiz.
Very stupid play by Arnaiz. He was complaining about the call, Pingoy. And then he went ahead and he kicked the basketball. And that's going to be a very big blow to the Toyota team. They can't afford to give up a free point like that. Let's watch on slow motion. Arnaiz claiming that he never fouled.
Look at their legs.
Now let's see if we can continue with the action here and watch exactly what happened, Pingoy. You can see the exchange of words between Arnaiz and Fabiosa.
Okay, we didn't have enough tape there because
that was the technical shot.
Capitalized by Atoy Cole.
And Fabiosa will also take 2 foul shots now since Toyota is over the limit.
And somehow you've got to record that as a sour note because it just about dashed cold water to the momentum and the rally of Toyota. And Crispa is not making any mistakes.
Well, let's see if Toyota is going to pull up for a 3-point shot now, or they're going to go for 2 points.
Jubilon E Plus, the Power Pack Vitamin E.
We're going to take a look at this one more time and watch very closely.
Watch the legs.
What do you say, Pingoy?
Well, it looks like Fabiosa tripped there. It did not get entangled in the legs of Arnaiz because Arnaiz kept on his stride.
But you couldn't see Arnaiz's left hand. He might have been riding the back. He might have been holding on to Fabiosa on the back. In any case, let's see what Toyota does.
With 48 seconds to go, Mon Fernandez gets a basket for Toyota. Score 107-103. Forward pass to Villamin. Wisely checks back. Here's Hagen. Crispa by 4.
Only 10 seconds on the shot clock, so Toyota will get the ball back.
30 seconds on the game. Hagen making. Oh, what a big night for Hagen. And timeout being asked by Edo Campo. On your screens, we have the Toyota Super Corollas around Edo Campo. We have 25 seconds in this ball game. Both teams over the limit.
Well, Pingoy, the only thing left for Toyota, they got to shoot 2 3-point shots. If they get 1 3-pointer, they got to get a quick steal, get the ball back from Crispa, and then shoot another 3-point shot.
Inside, it's Danny Florencio. Oh, they blew it. He almost had it.
Well, 2 points would not have helped because they're down by 6.
15 seconds to go. They're just running the clock. And Atoiko gets trapped there. He's okay.
That shot by Glenn Hagen, Pingoy, we got to recap that shot, was something unbelievable. Only a couple of seconds to go on the 25-second clock. Glenn Hagen with Mon Fernandez and Sonny Jaworski all over him, sunk the basket.
Hagen, this is his game from start to finish. He's been shooting, he's been rebounding, he's been stealing. Hagen all the way.
Well, Crispa's going to be very tough in the playoffs. They have such a good local team and such a great import.
Here is Coons trying for a rainbow. And Hagen continues to work.
He's still going for another steal.
With 2 seconds to go. 111, 103. Alley-oop pass. Coons, 35.
35
35 points.
35 points, 12 assists, and I think established a new conference record of 9 assists. What can you say to that, Glenn?
Well, you know, we needed a game real badly. You know, we're trying to clinch a, semifinal berth. Coach wanted it. We lost a close one to San Miguel, which we should have won. I thought we'd be about 14-3 right about now, but I'll take the 11-6 record right now.
Well, Glenn, we just wanted to ask you, to what would you attribute, your skill in stealing those balls?
Well, it's anticipation, and, Coach runs me a guard and forward, and, if given opportunity, I go for him. I try not to go too much, get carried away. It's great when you make the steals, but when you lose the steals, that's a big problem there.
Well, it takes also practice, right?
Definitely. Well, it's quickness. I skip a lot of rope, and, I work really hard in practice, so, I really concentrate on it.
Well, before the start of the game, we had a short interview with Coach Baby Delupan, and we asked him how important he felt this game was, and he said it's very important, firstly, because he said you wouldn't want to lose 3 in a row over to Toyota, and the thing is, you'd like to go straight to the finals.
Definitely, and we wanted the game real bad. I think that everybody came out. We really concentrated on playing. We didn't fold in the fourth quarter, and I think we played well as a whole.
Well, thank you very much for that, Glenn. We will be seeing you in the finals then. Back to Pingoy and Steve.
Thank you, June, and the fans are just all around Glenn Hagen. This is his night, and he established a new record of 9 steals. And Steve, somehow, when we recall the third quarter, they started it out with Crispa Redmanizers behind by 4 points. I'd like to think that one of the key factors here was the long toms of Crispa really going to work. They had the rainbow shots working.
Well, aside from that, Pingoy, it was their ability to hold Toyota to 1 shot and their ability to stop Toyota's fast break. That was the key thing. Tonight, Crispa decided to play defense, and it paid off for them. They held Toyota to, I think, 103, 113. They played very good defense down at the stretch when they had to, and helped them out in the victory tonight.
Absolutely right. And let's take a look at the scores.
Okay, there we see the big man Glenn Hagan, 35 points, and most of those spectacular shots. I mean, he put on a clinic tonight. 8 rebounds, 12 assists, 9 steals. Great steals. Atoiko, 21 points. Kidabin coming up with 20 and 10 rebounds. Fabiosa controlling the ball, 5 assists and 5 rebounds as well. Philip Cesar playing good defense on Mon Fernandez. A very tough assignment. Hubalde, 4. Mamaril playing very shortly, coming up with 6 rebounds. Cristobal getting some playing time down the stretch, 2 points. Cruz, he played a good part of that third quarter. He only contributed 2 points, but he was definitely a factor, a good compliment for Glenn Hagan in the backcourt. Israel, 1 point. Now, Vilyamin, he didn't score, but he played a very good ball game. He got 3 assists, and he was an intimidating factor for the Crispa team.
And Toyota, let's take a look what happened.
Well, Mon Fernandez leading the attack, 32 points. He was really consistent tonight. He could have had 42 if Cesar didn't push him so far outside. He had 9 rebounds and 5 assists. That's a nice figure for a big man like that. Kuntz coming up with a spectacular shot at the end of the game. Too little, too late, 29 points. Jaworski, 13. And look at that, 13 rebounds for Sonny Jaworski. Francis Sarnaz, 9 points. He couldn't get on track. He committed that big technical foul at the end of the game that really dampened the chances for Toyota. Tawadla seeing action only in the first half with 6. Abe King, 12 rebounds. He also had a technical in the early going and couldn't get on track. Florencio, 6 points. Played well along with Sonny in the backcourt. Nick Boulan getting some playing time, 4 points. And Saldana, that's the big story there. Saldana is usually the Crispa Redmonizer.